Is America's team falling apart at the seams? Explosive new revelations suggest the Dallas Cowboys are on the brink of implosion. Jerry Jones promised an all-in offseason, but instead, we're witnessing an all-out war between the owner and head coach, Mike McCarthy. Buckle up, Cowboys Nation. This is the story Jerry doesn't want you to hear. From mass player exodus to brewing locker room tensions, we're diving deep into the crisis that could reshape the NFL's most valuable franchise. You thought you knew drama? You ain't seen nothing yet. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. According to an explosive expose by respected NFL insider Tyler Dunne of Go Long, the relationship between Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy and owner Jerry Jones is deteriorating rapidly. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill team drama, folks. We're talking about a potential seismic shift in one of the NFL's most storied franchises. Let's set the stage. Mike McCarthy is entering the final year of his 5-year contract, a deal he inked back in 2020 with hopes of bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Dallas. But as we stand here today, that dream seems further away than ever. The pressure cooker that is the Cowboys' head coaching position is reaching critical levels, and McCarthy's seat isn't just hot, it's scorching. But here's where it gets really interesting. McCarthy isn't the only key figure in a contract year. Franchise quarterback Dak Prescott and star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb are also playing for their futures in Dallas. Talk about a perfect storm of uncertainty. Cast your minds back to January. The Cowboys had just suffered another humiliating playoff exit, this time at the hands of the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round. Jerry Jones, in typical Jerry fashion, stood before the media and promised an all-in approach to the offseason. He painted a picture of aggressive moves, big signings, and a team ready to break through the playoff ceiling that's haunted them for nearly 3 decades. Fast forward to today, and what do we see? Crickets, tumbleweeds, a whole lot of nothing. Not only has Jerry failed to make any significant free agency signings or trades, but the Cowboys have also hemorrhaged talent at an alarming rate. Let's run down the list of departures. Tony Pollard, the dynamic running back who provided a perfect complement to Ezekiel Elliott, gone to the Tennessee Titans. Tyron Smith, the cornerstone of the offensive line for over a decade, off to the New York Jets. Stephon Gilmore, the veteran cornerback who solidified the secondary, signed with the Denver Broncos. Tyler Biadasz, the reliable center who kept the O-line cohesive, headed to the Washington Commanders. Dorrance Armstrong, a key rotational piece on the defensive line, joined the Washington Commanders. Dante Fowler, another vital cog in the pass-rushing machine, signed with the Minnesota Vikings. That's not retooling, folks. That's a mass exodus. Now, put yourself in Mike McCarthy's shoes for a moment. You're entering a make-or-break year, your roster is bleeding talent, and the owner who promised to go all in seems to be folding his hand before the flop. Is it any wonder that sources close to the team are reporting that McCarthy is getting fed up with Jones? But it goes deeper than just roster moves or lack thereof. There's a growing sense within the organization that Jerry Jones is actively undermining McCarthy's authority. We've seen this dance before with previous Cowboys coaches. Jerry's notorious for his hands-on approach, but at what point does involvement become interference? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. Since Dak Prescott's rookie year in 2016, the Cowboys have been the NFL's ultimate tease. They rack up impressive regular season records, dominate the headlines, and then fizzle out in the playoffs. In 8 years, They have a grand total of 2 playoff wins. 2. That's like having a Michelin-star chef and only letting him cook microwave dinners. The drought is real, and it's painful. The last time the Cowboys played in an NFC championship game, Forrest Gump was winning Oscars, and most of the current roster was in diapers. That's not just a drought, it's a football desert. Now, we all know Jerry Jones isn't exactly quick to pull the trigger on major changes. This is the man who kept Jason Garrett around for a decade after all. But even Jerry's legendary patience has its limits. If the Cowboys stumble again this season, if they fail to make a deep playoff run, you can bet your bottom dollar that heads will roll. The question is, whose head will it be? McCarthy's? Will we see a complete overhaul of the coaching staff? Or will Jerry finally look in the mirror and realize that the common denominator in 28 years of playoff futility is the man in the owner's box? Let's not forget about Dak Prescott in all of this. The franchise quarterback is entering his contract year with no extension in sight. This isn't just poor planning, it's a potential disaster waiting to happen. If Dak balls out this season, his price tag goes through the roof. If he struggles, do the Cowboys move on? And how does this uncertainty affect team morale and on-field performance? The same goes for CeeDee Lamb. The young wide receiver has shown flashes of brilliance, but he's also entering his contract year without an extension. These are unnecessary distractions for a team that should be solely focused on breaking their playoff curse. While the Cowboys seem to be standing still, the rest of the NFC East is gearing up for war. The Philadelphia Eagles, despite losing some key pieces, have reloaded and look primed for another deep playoff run. The New York Giants have added weapons around Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Even the Washington Commanders, perpetual cellar dwellers, have made splashy moves to improve their roster. As we stand here today, the Dallas Cowboys are at a crossroads. The tension between Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lurk questions about roster construction, player contracts, playoff performance, and the very culture of America's team. Will the Cowboys overcome these internal struggles and finally break through their playoff ceiling? Or are we witnessing the beginning of the end of the McCarthy era in Dallas, and perhaps the twilight of Jerry Jones's tenure as the NFL's most hands-on owner? One thing's for certain, the 2023 season just got a whole lot more interesting in Dallas. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. This story is far from over. In a division that's becoming increasingly competitive, can the Cowboys afford to rest on their laurels? What do you think, NFL fans? Is Jerry Jones the problem in Dallas? Or is Mike McCarthy just not cut out for the job? Is this the year the Cowboys finally break through? Or are we in for more of the same old story? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all the latest NFL news and drama. Until next time, I am signing off. Remember, in the NFL, and especially in Dallas, the drama never sleeps.